I saw you do the King's Tree thing the other day.
That nice red.
I was thinking about doing that today, but we're gonna go down to Prince's place for him to tuck out. So Jeff, it's my nephew Daniel, Jeff Waring. Yeah, we're here at St. Augustine Paddle Sports getting some bait. He ran out of mud minnows because we've had to run on flounder. So anyway, we'll have something to throw at him. Always go support my man Dave down here. Well, no, everybody's got to go do that. I'm not saying me. A lot of times I'm throwing artificials, man. But if you're looking for live bait, this is your guy right here. Alright, so got my nephew Daniel with me today. First maiden voyage on a voodoo for him. So we're trying to get launched here at Prince's place. I tried to catch a few mullet right here, but they're being stubborn, as usual. But I'll find a place to get some. We got a little live shrimp. We'll go try to fight the wind now and get out of it. We got a pretty good east wind today, so we're going to try to go get out of it. And then that way when we paddle back, we got it with the wind at our back. So the plan today is we're going to try to throw some artificials maybe here early. And then as the wind gets up, we may just have to sit in the spot and do a little fishing. Just some live bait. We got some shrimp. See what happens here. But Mr. Derringer Sr. gave me a couple of spots to go try, or an area to go try, given the wind forecast. And I have not fished that area. I've been meaning to come down here and explore. We're going to go explore it. So join us on our journey. Okay, so we've made the long paddle. Well, not really that long, probably 20-minute paddle across the flat there, across the Pelican Flats. Now we're back up in this little creek area. Just gonna go explore. Figure we'll be able to stay out of the wind, ride the tide back, or ride the wind back in. So I have no idea what to expect. I'm just throw a little Miradean, kind of a search bait back here, and just see what happens. I have no idea. It's kind of the cool thing about fishing new water is you really don't know what to expect, and you know, it makes life interesting. It's kind of that spot. I've been fishing a lot. You know, I kind of have it fairly well dialed in, at least a couple of places there. There's a couple spots I know if I hit them at a certain time, or, you know, keep hitting them, you know, that I'm going to catch fish, right? But then all of a sudden I become a one-spot wonder, you know? It's like I can catch fish in my one little honey hole, but I'm not really a fisherman, you know, where I'm catching fish in lots of places. So, you know, the goal today is definitely learn new water. You know, I have to read this. It looks a lot different than what I'm, you know, used to fishing. You know, there's a lot of mangroves through here. You know, I don't know, it just looks a lot different than what I have been fishing. So it's definitely one of those situations where I've got to learn to read everything, you know, and then I'm exploring because I don't know what's where. I have no idea where there's oyster and other structures. Like my first cast this morning, I made it, and you really couldn't tell the way the sun was, but I was in like 3 inches of water on an oyster bed, you know, because the wind was calm, so you really couldn't see it rippling over or something. So just kind of had no idea what, you know, what was happening. So one thing I didn't have to worry about is catching a fish on my first cast. I caught a big old fat oyster bar. So this will be an interesting day. Like I said, it's not an area I frequent. I've been meaning to, just haven't done it. So this will be fun. So I think what I may do is throw a little shrimp behind me or something and just kind of drag it and see what's happening. I'll probably get hung up in a bunch of places, but that's all right. There's a ton of oysters around. One thing I forgot today was my my little dip net. So maybe probably get caught by some of these little horns and little sharp things on the shrimpies. So anyway, drift with the current, little fella. Go find me a fish other than a catfish, buddy. Alright, so I was actually picking up, getting ready to move. I was going to kind of head up toward where Daniel's at up there. And I had this out maybe 20 feet behind me. And this little guy decided he was hungry. So, very cool. Very, very cool. Alright. We're on the board and it's 8:05. I think we pulled in here about 7:50. Alright. Just bring jerk shad. Flatty on the jerk shad here. Just saw the line moving. Hey, he's peeing on me. Hey, stop peeing on me, fish. Killing me here. Such a weird looking fish, but thank you, little buddy. Alright. So we got some fish up in here. Obviously not very big ones at this point, but just the fact that there's life is a good sign. The thing I'm a little bit worried about right here is I'm in about 2 feet of water and we're at the top of high tide, so I may not get to stay up in here real long. But for right now, we're alright. And I've been meaning to look on the map to see exactly which creek of the several back up this way that we're actually in. But good thing is I've been seeing a ton of bait through here, which is really good. Alright, so quick update here. Daniel and I fished a couple of different areas back in what we thought was a creek. Turned out it dead ended, so it wasn't a creek. But I did catch some mullet, you know, as I was telling you I was going to. So now we're just kind of tucked along this little mangrove bank here, out of the wind, kind of reassessing our situation here and see what happens. So he said he had missed two on a popping cork because he was asleep at the reel. Alright, one of the creeks should be right around that bend right there. The ones that goes out to the intercoastal. I don't know if there's anything through here or not. Oh, he's getting nervous though. Nervous. Oh, something's got him. Oh, something had him.
Yeah.
Yeah, something had him for a minute. Huh? Yeah. That's what I've got on this other jig head here. Got it on an 1/8 ounce. So.
Yeah, I switched from a 8 to actually it might be an 8 on there now. I might have a 6.
Alright, so what I've done is we finally paddled into a creek, an actual creek. There was a little small ditch that we fished to begin with, and then I paddled up into something I thought was a decent creek. and turned out to just kind of be a little bay of some kind. And I think we finally have hit the one of the creeks that goes to the intercoastal here. So I just set up here. There's some mangrove trees here in front, and there's a little grass line behind me. So I'm probably not really close enough to either one. I'm going to try to toss up closer to it, see if there's something running these banks, because the tide looks like it's about to turn. It's not really moving much through here. So my suspicion is tide's pretty much dead high right now. I saw an oyster bar back there. Oh, come on. Yeah, that was on an oyster bar. Pop it off. I want to go get it. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is just fish this area a little bit and kind of keep exploring back toward the ICW. See what happens. So, hopefully something will bite us. Daniel kind of went over behind the trees over here and was fishing what looked like a little bay, or maybe even another little small creek that goes out to the ICW. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I think we found the creek we've been looking for all morning. And I have a little flatty on, which I did the quick release on. So yeah, we've been all over this place kind of looking for some creeks that go out to the intercoastal, and finally we found it. I think we missed one creek. We thought was a creek just to the north. Yeah, we were north by one. Now we're in the right spot. Only took us all morning to find it. It's 11:30. Got a little shrimp out on one, and I got a mullet on the other one. Actually thought about throwing artificials through here, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna hang out. I'm tired of paddling. Alright, this guy got chased a bunch. Bluefish. I had a feeling there'd be some of them around. You doing any good over there? Any size? Yeah. Yeah, I caught a little rat this morning, and caught a couple little flounder, now that bluefish. We spent more time paddling because I hadn't tried to paddle over this way out of Prince's Place, so spend more time hunting than we did fishing. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Because I was like, well, we got here about, I don't know, we started paddling out about 7:30, 7:40, something like that. And I was like, well, we'll have the wind at our back when we head back. Have a good one. So I just caught a bluefish right over here. It's pretty funny. I was watching the mullet. He was kind of going crazy. And came up on top of the water and kept moving around like crazy. Finally, bluefish just annihilated him. So talked to this guy on the flats boat. He said he's caught a couple small reds. So haven't seen Daniel catch anything up there yet, but hopefully he'll get on a couple. But yeah, this is actually what I was looking for this morning, was this creek, and we missed by one creek to the north. So That's what you get when you really don't know an area and you're kind of trying to find stuff. You know, you can look at it on Google Earth, but it always looks different when you get out here.
How's it going, y'all? Caught a few, but it hadn't been great. Yep, got a couple flounder, a little small red, and a little blue. It's not bad, but this is pretty much the first time I've fished through this area. Still trying. Thank you. Alright, sounds good.
I think we paddled at least 5 miles a day. In the wind, in the current. I think the hardest part was we were coming from the south and the wind kept pushing us east. I mean, it was like we should have had the wind at our back essentially. It was like we were getting pushed against the wind almost. So, well, Daniel, how you feeling, man?
Feel alright. A little sore.
Yeah. That was a lot of work for a scraggly old flounder and catfish, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, Derringer, you've got to teach me this place, man. I don't see what's different. There's miles of 2 foot deep isolated oyster bars. How do you find the fish down here? Although, what's interesting, I did sight fish, or I saw 2 sheep's heads sitting on oyster bars out on the other side of the island here. That was pretty wild to watch those suckers scurry away. That's how I knew what they were. But I was going to sight fish the second one, but I got too close and he got scared. But man, I just don't know where the fish hold. That's the part about this area that's just really difficult. It takes a long time to learn it, and I haven't spent that long time yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry it wasn't as action-packed as what it has been, but we got to work out today.